Akaruru. Webale gambira ya Isiona habikwatirine Ibanda University Amabonde webale. When time allows, shall call you back. Is it okay? When time allows. Yeah.
So omamirevi bijerevi bano yetere kanisa konka otaketere kanisa songa aho kuboshita mikwako baho mwana wo mwojo ajuire jini na nekoti ya black wamubuza akakugira ngwishe ni Kenneth amutwire nyina ni Proscovia owakubariho abazire be barugarubanda umurikigezi ishari yaha amisho gamutwire omwana yabura so omwana ariyoko
omwana yazoka
ugendo liye nkoko yawe
as umushizo yaka umutima gwantu gutera on the item
details are kuyisha Ministers and recognizing or recognize the presence of Dr. Bart Van Rolf and Miss Maureen Van Rolf from the Netherlands. You can stand up for recognition as the graduates put their hands together for you.
Your Royal Highness, allow me to invite you to come and just greet these people of Ibanda. All the way, he drove all the way from Mbale, Bugisu, and I would like to ask our DJ, our Tia Kadodi, if you have it, the king, the people, and all of us, join him to come and greet you. Yeah, that's Kadodi for coming. Amukuka. You water people, don't disrupt. Highness, these are our students, and many of them are from your region, Bugisu. Allow me to invite you. I'll not talk much about you, because you are a king. I don't want to say much about you. Come and greet.
And members of media, I would request that you cross this line, not anymore, because we have Sky TV covering this live. So the more you get the other side, the more interruptions you are creating on air.
Meanwhile, people are standing, there are enough seats.
Our guest of honor on this important occasion, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am the cultural leader for Wamasava, hailing from Bugisu sub-region, with a population ranging to 12 million, because I go across Kenya as a cultural leader. My tribe stretches up to Kenya, Bungoma, and the Kitale, but because of the colonial injustices, we are divided. But all the same, I preside over all that community. I'm deeply humbled to be invited as a special guest on the 8th graduation ceremony of Ibanda University. I thank the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, and the entire university community for this privilege. I am honored to be part of this momentous occasion, and my connection with Ibanda University runs deeper than this ceremony. I first learned about the esteemed institution when a team from this university visited me in Paris in search for land for a new campus. I was more than happy to offer 10 acres of land to support this project, driven by my conviction in the transformative power of education. Today, I'm proud to say that I've not only provided the land, but I have also been appointed as a member of a University Governing Council. I have accepted this role with humility and enthusiasm, and I look forward to contributing to the growth and development of this powerful university. As a member of the Governing Council, I'll be committed to working tirelessly to ensure that Ibanda University continues to thrive and provide quality education to its students. I am excited about the prospects of this institution and its potential to shape the minds and the future of our younger generation. As I stand before you today, I am reminded of my own journey and the significance of this moment. Many years ago, I had an opportunity to graduate in Makerere University, similar to this one, and I was struck by the warmth and the joy of joining the world of the elite. This day means a lot in life. Today, I am honored to be part of this celebration. As we gather to mark this important milestone, I want to reflect on the significance of cultural heritage in shaping identities, values, and tradition. I am very humbled to see that my own are exhibiting their talents. They are proud of their cultural performance, and you have seen them here. Our cultural heritage is the foundation upon which we build our lives, our communities, and our nations. It is the thread that weaves together our past, present, and future. However, as we celebrate our cultural heritage, we must also acknowledge the rapid changes brought about by modernity and technological advancements. The world is changing at an unprecedented pace, and we must adapt and innovate to remain relevant. So, how do we embrace or balance our cultural heritage with the demand of modernity? How do we preserve our culture, our traditional, while embracing innovation and progress? The answer lies in finding a balance between the two. We must learn to appreciate and respect our cultural heritage while embracing opportunities present by modernity. By graduating, to my graduating students, I want to say that this balance is crucial as you embark on your professional journeys. You have been equipped with the knowledge, skills, and values necessary to succeed in an ever-changing world. But I urge you to remember your roots, to honor your cultural heritage, and the knowledge to make a positive impact in your communities. As you go forth, you will face challenges and obstacles, but you will also have opportunities to grow, to innovate, and make a difference. I urge you to be bold, to be courageous, to be ambassadors of positive change in Uganda. I want you to leave you with a quote from Nelson Mandela, who said, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but rising every time we fall." As you go forth, remember the failure is not the end, but raise an opportunity to learn and grow. As I conclude, I want to leave you with a challenge to remain relevant in today's fast-paced world. It is essential to continually innovate and adapt. I urge Ibanda University to stay at the forefront of change. Management is pressing with the pressing issues in the world. I am proposing, and I want to strongly encourage the university to introduce a course of waste management, focusing on innovation strategies to turn waste into valuable resources. You have heard what happened in Chitezi. The waste became a disaster. So I want you to turn that as an opportunity and have a course here on waste management. This goes well with green energy. This initiative will not only contribute to environmental conservation, but also provide students with valuable skills and the knowledge in sustainable waste management. By doing so, Ibanda University will be at the forefront of promoting sustainable development and economic growth. I believe this initiative will be a game changer, and I am available to support my expertise, because that's my area of expertise. Let us work together to create a more sustainable future for our communities and the world at large. I thank the organizing committee for inviting me once more, and I am very, very glad that I have stood in front of you, people of Ankole as a region. I encourage you people to respect authority as you leave this place. The world is not, this is not the end, but it's the beginning. I thank you.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness. As he goes back, I would have expected the Kadodi to take him to his seat. However, thank you. We welcome TV West team. Thank you for broadcasting this ceremony on air. I would like to also to recognize the presence LC5 Chairman, Governor Mayanja Happy. Thank you for coming. I'd like also to recognize the presence of Father Tyro, our neighbor, the parish priest of Bale. Thank you for coming. I'd like to recognize the presence to join us. I would like to invite not a small man, a humble man, in the names of General Kale Keihura, a son born in Kisoro district, the son of late Johnson Kamurianje. General Keihura is a landman. He has a degree in law from Makerere University. He went ahead and got a master's of law from London School of Economics. From there, he attended several military courses. Remember, he's one of the people who are in UNRA, which later turned into UPDF. He attended so many courses. Army Commander's course from China Commander's College. He attended another course in the Egyptian National Military Academy. He attended Command and Staff course from Maxwell in Alabama. The same general also held several positions in the country. He one time headed what used to be anti-smuggling unit of Uganda Revenue Authority. That's why you see Uganda from that time is collecting enough revenue for development of the country. He was a member of the organization, African Organization Unity, also staff officer, Military of Defense. He was also one time a director of political education in UPDF. He was also one time operational commander in Kisangani in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Because of his hard work, he was brought to bring sanity in police force of Uganda as an Inspector General of Police. He's now happily retired. He's a farmer at Kabetebe Farm in Kasagama. I got the privilege of visiting his farm. He's a very progressive farmer of anything you can think of. General Kale Keihura, please allow me to invite you and address the congregation. Is our guest speaker of today. Welcome him.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Chief Guest, the Chancellor, the Excellencies, the Ambassadors, the Vice Chancellor and your staff, my Umukuka. In 2017, I was inducted into the Bamasawa culture by your predecessor, and he gave me the name, the very, very heavy name, Wanale. So I am your subject and also your elder. I don't know why Kadodi should have prayed for me also. The political leaders, the religious leaders, the graduates and your families, the students, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'm extremely delighted to be back in Ibanda. I was last year, Dr. Tatu, remember, when we organized the community policing here, and organized a road run as a mobilization, and I ran around this hill 21 kilometers, and I was coming from Bali, where I had also had another run. That time I was very fit. So I'm really delighted, thanks to the university leadership for inviting me to this grand graduation ceremony. I was deeply humbled to have received a delegation. Imagine a whole delegation led by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Opolot, who by the way happens to be a son of UPDF, because you know that he is the son of our first Chief of Staff, Brigadier Opolot, who by the way I happen to have had the honor to preside over his, when we were laying him to rest. I was sent as the Chief Political Commissar to preside over that ceremony. So we have more than these links, we have deeper links, Mr. Vice Chancellor, and I believe it was no surprise that you honored me and came yourself and the University Secretary to deliver to me the invitation. I was humbled and deeply touched. I also should not forget my friend Eli, who now I can't recognize because of what he's putting on, and Balam, who has brought me close to this university, which I must confess, I have not contributed anything. In fact, it's more surprising and I'm really grateful to you, because this is the first graduation ceremony, apart from mine, which was like 40 years ago that I attended. And I had expected Makerere University, which I am an alumni, to have invited me to their events. And especially that I contributed all the time I was at IGP. Makerere was the biggest challenge with their riots. This university had never been a problem at all. When I came here, I think it was when there was fire breakout in Chibubura Secondary School, and again when there was murders. But this university had never been a problem. Makerere was a problem to me from when I was appointed IGP in 2005 to when I left 2018. Makerere was always in my head. I could not sleep. When I'm in my bed, I'm thinking, oh, Makerere. Now, I would have expected that they would really remember, because when we started, it was chaotic. But I'm glad when I left, I had solved most of the problems of Makerere, and I left when it was stable. So I would have expected my friend Professor Nawangwa, I'm sure he's listening, that he could invite me to one of the events. He has forgotten me. So that really makes me so grateful to this university, and thank you very much. But since the cameras are on, I should however, thank MUASA, Makerere University Staff Association, for visiting me in 2022 and presenting me with an appreciation award in recognition. They said because I supported them to enhance their salaries. So please, Makerere, while I have a grievance,
excuse me,
I thank the
you distributing books, can you stop? Stop. You are bringing commotion. Excuse me. Sorry, General. Sometimes some may be indisciplined. We are sorry. I'm sorry for that. Graduates, please. Excuse me, you guy with the box of water, can you stop that first? Okay, thank you. Let's listen to the words of the wise man. General, you may continue.
When I was asked to make remarks on this occasion, I really didn't, it's the first time I'm doing it. So I didn't know, addressing an academia and such a grand congregation. I didn't know what to tell you that would be useful. I address the graduates who are our main guests of today, and your parents. Let me first pay tribute to my young brother, Dr. Bitature, and the visionary, your visionary colleagues, the leaders who had the vision to establish this university. It's not to establish a university. Really, it's something very bold. Even a primary school, a private primary school itself, I cannot even think about establishing one. Imagine establishing a university. And in only 11 years, you can graduate 3,000 students. Really, this is commendable. And to do so without support of government, but by your own means. And I believe the support of the Ibanda community, and now the communities of the 3 districts where you have established branches. Congratulations. We applaud you. You are heroes, not just for the people of Ibanda, but I believe for the whole country. And really, I must also add, because I was briefed by the Vice Chancellor and his team, that you have addressed the needs of the young people who never make it to the main universities. Those who don't get the high grades and yet can have passed, as well as those who don't have the means, who are not privileged, the underprivileged. I'm not surprised because I know your character. You are a man of the people, man of justice. And so I'm not surprised that you have really focused on that section of our population. By the same token, I would also like to ngenda kushima abantu mwene abebembezi na community ya Ibanda district kureba ngo mukagira okutaho university Ibanda University nebari munonga nimpamya university kubaha. I'm sure it is helping to even build the local economy. Because I remember when I was in the police, we established the Kabali Police Training School in Masindi. And it was a game changer for the local population, especially when the officers would get their salary. They would paint the town of Masindi red, and everybody would go home happy because there would be money in their pockets. In fact, I believe even now, if I went to Masindi, I would be received as a hero because of the contribution to the local economy. So I believe also these students, I think that the population here is 6,000 students? Whatever the number anyway, they must spend. So that should be contributing to the local economy. So, mwebari munonga kureba ngu mukichiza ngu university egi ebeho kandi mumaji supporting. I know the graduates must be concerned about, oh, shall we get a job? Shall we, how shall we survive after this? I'm sure that's what is in your mind. But I'm told, again, this is to your credit, Chancellor and Vice Chancellor and your staff and the founders. Because I was briefed that 70% of the graduates of this university easily get jobs. I hope that's right. 70% of you are assured of jobs. So you should start these red-gowned people for this. Because, again, I hope I'm not making a mistake. I hope it's right. Dr. Mariamureba, you'll correct me if I'm wrong. They said 2% overall, the whole country, 2% of the graduates only get job when they leave.
Master of Ceremonies, Chief Guest.
Had it on the news. So that makes this
Chancellor,
even more remarkable, if that's true.
The Excellencies, the ambassadors.
I'm sure even the 30% that they don't, somehow you'll find a job. Now, what should also console you or strengthen you is that you are graduating at a time really when Uganda is at its best. I want to believe. In spite of what you read in the media, I want to believe that Uganda has never been where it is today in terms of security, in terms of stability, and in terms of general well-being. Challenges notwithstanding. Unlike our time, when we graduated, it was really a problem. I remember I spoke on behalf of the graduates in Makerere then, in the 70s. And we were really in a dilemma whether to celebrate because of what we feared we were going into. At that time, it was duka. All professionals were running out of the country. So we didn't know whether it was not better to stay at the university and become permanent students rather than going into the fire out there. But today I want to believe that the situation, okay, you get bombarded by negative publicity. But I believe the the country is in a better place. And even in terms of opportunities, because of the vision of our leadership, who has set the country on a path of socio-economic transformation through the programs which are there. They may not be performing well, but I can tell you, if one does, unfortunately, these journalists never do serious investigation. It is transforming lives, some lives. Not maybe to the extent that we expect, but certainly there is some forward movement, some changes in the lives of the people. And those programs, I don't have to go through them. At any rate, the science will tell you that quantitative changes are sometimes not even noticed. It's only when you have qualitative change that there is noticeable visibility. So I want to believe that you are graduating at a very good time in the history of our country. The only thing is for you to identify these opportunities and take advantage of the programs that the government offers. The president a number of times have identified areas where there is employment, agriculture, manufacturing, services, and some of you will end up obviously in the public service, including the army, the police. I remember when I was both in the army and the police, we used to recruit from universities because both the army and the police need almost all the disciplines that you have graduated in. So, should say revolutionary. You are entering a world that is revolutionary. You are entering a world that is changing rapidly, very fast. A world where I'm told within like 25 years, most of you must be in your 20s. Where if you read some of the literature, they will tell you that within 25 years, the world will be different from what it is today. So that's why you celebrate your achievements. Just to know that this is just, like somebody says here, the beginning. And you must, if you are to cope, you must prepare yourself, you must continue. Actually, you must be continuing students. I'm saying this because, and I think Professor Varyamureba is more authoritative at it, we are at the threshold of a new world of artificial intelligence. I think you are better placed to give a lecture on that. There is now a convergence of what they call biotech combined with infotech. I don't have time to go into that, but you should interest yourself, even as you think you have graduated, you have known it all. Just to know that you are the beginning of a new revolution in the world, and you need to be, if you are going to cope, you need to continue reading, to be able to survive and be relevant. Because according to some literature, we may be headed to a world where some of these skills we have may be irrelevant in matters of decades, not in centuries. Number two, we are entering a world that is chaotic. I'm sure you follow the news, the threats of wars, of nuclear even possibility of a nuclear war, which although it sounds far, but will obviously affect you. Because a nuclear war means the end of the world, and obviously we will not survive it. As well as, of course, the looming consequences of climate change, which you have to. So as you focus on your own disciplines, your own livelihoods, know that you are now in a world that has got these threats, which you must at least interest yourself in through reading. Otherwise, I want to congratulate you for your achievements, congratulate your parents for their sacrifices, and the only thing I can advise you, as I said, is to know that, be like, borrow from Socrates.
The other thing for you to appreciate is that
it's like I know nothing.
you should never take whatever I have said, the piece of the country for granted. The challenge of your generation must be to consolidate what the generation of your parents has achieved. As you have been told, I'm in retirement. I'm in retirement, but I'm very proud that I did not betray the mission, the historical mission of our generation. We did not betray them. I was a young man like you in London, but I was an angry young man. I said, no way, I cannot remain in exile because some man with a gun has decided that I should not be living in Uganda in peace. We were lucky. The president had become more angry than us earlier, and refused injustice, and started to resist bad governance. Basically, I think it was our efforts, but also because we were fighting for just cause, and with the hand of God. When you are fighting a just cause, God is always with you, and we managed to.
I think it was our efforts, but also because we were fighting for a just cause, and with the hand of God. When you are fighting a just cause, God is always with you, and we managed to prevail, and we changed the course of history of this country. I've always told myself, and I believe even others, that if there's one thing that we must appreciate, there's always, okay, things may not have gone as they should have gone, as we had planned. That never happens. You never achieve your plan completely. But at least one thing we did. We saved Uganda in 1985 from being a Somalia or being a Congo. If there's anything that whatever you may say, I don't know, people will talk, there will be, like the Bible says, there will always be false prophets. I'm not saying this because I want a job, because as you know, I'm retired, but I'm saying this as a historical fact. By 1985, Uganda was a failed state. And I'm very glad that Uganda is not only a state, constituted state, but a successful state at that. And so, we are leaving you a legacy. The challenge to your generation is to maintain and build on this legacy. And there is no reason why we shouldn't, because we have all it takes. the Vice Chancellor visited me, he saw the ritual that I have done with almost no resources in terms of value chains. Dairy, goat, banana, and for me, it showed the potential that we have, especially in the cattle corridor, because there's still a lot of land. So now that this university is a village university, rural university, I want to really request you that you make it your focus, especially that you have the Faculty of Applied Sciences, and you experiment on modeling. You have applied sciences, you have business administration, and you pilot setting up agri-industrial businesses. I'm sure Dr. Ature, with your great network, you can always mobilize the resources. I have even offered a partnership myself as a demonstration. And we build agribusiness, because that's where we have a comparative advantage in the world, in the global market. And we produce different. I'm told that banana value chain alone has got 100 products. India produces over 100 products, including fabrics. The other day, I met somebody who has got a bamboo forest, has put up a bamboo forest in Hoima, and is making 72 products which is exporting. And he was telling me that you can get 10,000 products out of bamboo. Now, why can't we use this university? You are research and development. Since you are rural, and you are in the cattle corridor, and you start piloting this, which would be contributing to solving the problem of employment, but also to the national economy, and positioning us to be competitive internationally. I'm just throwing it at you. You know better than me. I'm an upstart in business. My whole life has been public service, and we should not be timid. That's another thing. We have President keeps on talking about it. We have lost out because of being either timid or not organized enough, and other cultures. You can imagine, we have guests from Netherlands. Netherlands, imagine giving aid to Uganda. Netherlands is a land that was got from the sea, under the sea. They recovered, you know that Netherlands is actually, it's protected by dikes. Otherwise, the sea would overflow the land. I'm sure I'm right. And imagine, they give aid to a country like Uganda, which is gifted by nature. What don't we have? Anyway, I shouldn't quarrel. We have come here to celebrate, but I'm throwing this at you as a challenge. We should be bold, we should be organized, and take advantage and transform what God has given us into wealth. And I believe the next generation should really be serious and maybe be better than us, and carry out this mission of creating wealth from the gifts, the gifts that God gave us, putting us in this part of the world, which is unique with all its opportunities. Lastly, as I conclude, which I must, I want to advise you as your parent that the most important thing is your health. Is your health. Because without health, you cannot do anything, whether a job or whatever you want to do without. So you need to invest in nutrition and sports, and even address your stress, which I'm sure you're going to have to face as you go in the real world, by adopting methods of study, meditation, and so on. Otherwise, I want to thank you again for the honor of allowing me to speak to this great congregation. After many years of not speaking, and again, thank you for offering me a position on your council as a member of the University Council, and I'm very, very proud to share it with the Umukuka. I hope I can make a contribution to promoting the university. One thing I would like to advise, which I didn't see in the curriculum, is political economy. I believe every student needs to undergo political economy, not as a specialized course, but to be able to understand the world, and be able to cope with it. The other one was, I had already said it, and at an appropriate time, I can elaborate more on it. Congratulations once again. Congratulations to the parents, to your parents and the families. I wish you luck. If there is a soil scientist among you, you come follow me. I'll give you a job, because I have a project called One Health. I want to collaborate with those who can help me make my soil more productive. Then, of course, the crop scientists. Are there crop scientists? Animal scientists, not vets, animal scientists. And then, of course, ultimately, the medical, because our business mission we have set ourselves is good to produce nutritional products, and food scientists, to produce good nutritional products and contribute to health lifestyle. So, although I'm a lawyer, I'm now more of a scientist and more of an entrepreneur. So, I can make a contribution in that direction as well, in however small a way it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, General, for the wise words. Clap for General Nanakaruru. Come on. Thank you. Already you have seen jobs are available. Through me, you will get them. I would like to recognize the presence of the representative of the 2nd Infantry Division Commander, Colonel Sam Armstrong Anduga from Makenke. You are welcome, Colonel. He's also Division Operation and Training Officer, Makenke. I think if our graduates want to join, I think we have a way to reach you, and they join the forces. Madam Sajabi Damari, I saw her here. You are welcome. Madam Nabila Tracy, Sajabi Mebra, all those are the family of Professor Samson James Polot. Assistant RDC Ibanda, Mr. Banjo, I saw you around. Thank you for coming. As as a means of internalizing what has been said, let's have just one entertainment. After that entertainment, we shall, by levy, we shall go to another speech, 2 speeches left, 2 or 3. Then we start conferment of degrees and award of diplomas. We are on time or in time. We want to make sure by 2 we are through. Levy, come and entertain.
Thank you. This is DJ Lev from Chitagwenda with the song of this university. Thank you for coming and thank you for this success. Chitagwenda, then that song. Everybody new capacity, praise the Lord. Gambiro harvaz rwota ndo msinguzi. Hallelujah, bring it. Hallelujah. You.
Shemeire kandi nobwo mutindo abejibona abarabiro mu ngaro zanyu ikabwenjo bugeiga no busongo ana university mwebare mudonga ubuyereza bwanyu shemeire kandi nobwo mutindo abejibona abarabiro mu ngaro zanyu ikabwenjo bugeiga no busongo ana university neshangwa bufunda division Ibanda municipality Western Uganda. Eyonde chirenere beka kurunzi bambi. Kando bweje seno bo mutindo munonga. Eya chira bechi kurika shonda zonga. Kandi tushoni mwena ni mchibaruga. University mwebare munonga. Omuyereza bwanyu mshemeire kandi nobwo mutindo. Abechi wona abarabiro mu ngaro zanyu. abekibona abalabira mu ngalo zanyu eyo bwekyo bweyagala obusobole.
Thank you. We can put, especially the graduates, I request that we put our hands together for DJ Devi. Yebare okugamba Ibanda University Total. In the same vein, I would like to take the honor to recognize the following bankers. The managers of Stanbic Bank, Centenary Bank, DFCU, the Millennium Sacco, Yuga Ford, Ebo Sacco, the General Manager of Ishia Sacco, Ibrahim Ogabeli Tereshe, the Manager Ankole Farmers, Sacco, the Head Teacher Alliance Secondary School, Principal Alliance Vocational School. Thank you very much, Mr. Bomesereza. You are all most welcome, the bankers. In the same vein, Yadoksima, our Xerox Print House, Nasa Road, and to thank you for the donation to the faculty in different faculties and departments of stickers, the press tags, and the official tags. And thank you once again for the donation of 2 teardrops. Mr. Dixon Tuwehenda, the CEO, and Mr. Nimpamia Bells, the General Manager, Mwebare Munonga ahabwa graphics, izumukozire turasima tina bugarukiro. Mr. Muhimbise Arias, thank you very much. Ogona Director were up here Trust for Potro, and is aspiring for Member of Parliament for Bunyangabo County. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, the District Speaker, Ibanda District, Mr. Oranya, thank you so much. And thank you very much. So before we proceed with the Bicomc, I would like to thank Abanyamahuri in a special way. Our Sky TV irakari abantu ahabwo ku broadcasting omukorog live, and all the journalists from different media houses, but especially those who have been schooled from this Ibanda University. Abashomiraha n'abakongera kushomeraho mwebare mnonga tutubendeza obusimbuzi obwo mutano. Mr. Zombile, proceed.
Thank you, Netanyahu. At this juncture, I would like to invite the Chairperson, the Governing Council, Ibanda University, Dr. Murembe, sorry. What is she? Come and deliver your speech. As she comes, I would like to recognize the presence of Honorable Gerald Agaba, Chairman, PLU, Western Uganda. Thank you for coming. Kenneth Womugisha, Minister for Tourism, Bamasaba, the one who came accompanying the King. Kenneth, thank you for coming. Thank you, our lovely Chairperson.
Thank you. I will build on the protocol that has been given in the interest of time and start by welcoming all of you who honored our invitations, most especially the invited guests in your dignity, the cultural leader. You have really made my day. I thank you so much. And on behalf of Ibanda University Council and on my own behalf, I greet you all and warmly welcome you on this 8th graduation ceremony. We thank the Almighty who has improved our weather, our environment. You see, we are all seated well. If it had rained, it would all be not wonderful. But we thank God for organizing and supporting us in all our ways. I congratulate these young ladies and gentlemen on their various academics. They are the cause why we are here. Secondly, on behalf of Ibanda University Governing Council, I convey to you our joy hosting this mammoth congregation that has managed to be here on our 8th gathering and congregation. This is the best and the fattest or the hugest gathering that we have hosted. Each year we keep adding and adding on, and I'm sure this has been our best. When you look behind in the seats behind, you see different colors of people that are here to support us, and we thank the Almighty God for doing this for us. I will not forget to valuably thank the directors of Ibanda University. They have been thanked already for this idea, the great idea that started small. It is now a great idea which has supported, which has given opportunities to so many people. It's a dream come true. Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me to congratulate you, the Board of Directors, the University Governing Council. Probably at this moment, may I request the governing councillors who are here for recognition, because I'm not here alone. Stand up for recognition. Yeah, and the work that you are doing is really great and appreciated. It can be seen even when we don't have to talk about it. Our chief guest, thanks for gracing our occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, we are greatly pleased to see the great size of Ibanda University as it increases in number, in size, and structures. We are specifically overjoyed with new programs and starting the Directorate of Graduate Studies and Training at our new campus that has already been approved by INCHE. Our guest, the cultural leader, has come in with a very new, brilliant suggestion of waste management. I am sure the research team, the postgraduate and undergraduate, the Vice Chancellor were listening attentively, and they will take it up, and as the University Council will give them support. That is our mandate. The university management, under the leadership of an enthusiastic person in the names of Prof. Samson, continues to make significant trends of realizing the vision of this university. And when you look at the structure, last year when we were here, the other structure was a concern of each and every person. But when you look at it, you really feel happy. And more progress and development is surely coming up. And we are currently in the process of sourcing for partners under the private-public partnership, which is a model that is suggested countrywide to hire consultants that are already here. They have been introduced several times. Those are the people that are seated behind. They are not here for jokes, but they are here to work and improve the existence of this university. As a council, we are very happy and delighted and very much willing to continue working with you people in this partnership to make sure the university grows beyond its boundaries. Our guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, our university is steadily growing up, and its reputation in this area and actually countrywide in attracting so many students in all walks of life, most especially educationists, in upgrading their academic credentials, which has become a national requirement, is an amazing achievement. When you look at the program, as you'll be hearing the names of those who are graduating, you really see opportunity goes to those who are ready. Most universities did not embrace this to attract educationists in these great numbers. In the previous years, we have been having small tents around here, thrown here and there, but now when you look at these mega tents, all filled to capacity, you really get to know what I'm talking about. Our chief guest, Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank the parents, guardians, and all sponsors of these graduates of today. You have fulfilled one part of paying school fees, but you have other obligations. You still have to continue with the morals, physical, and even endure with financial support. We talked of employment and employability of our graduates. There is no doubt about that. But we still need you as our parents. We need money, and I am sure you will continue with this support. This is a moment when your financial need is actually needed most. Otherwise, the wolves that are waiting for our children, our sons and daughters, in case we stop, we just break there, is also too much. So I beg you, parents and sponsors, to continue supporting your children, your sons and daughters. Be closer to them. This is the moment to really understand them. Otherwise, stress, depression is real. It might take away your child if you quickly withdraw. So, they still need your presence, guidance, counsel more than ever. Our chief guest, Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to congratulate our graduates. Some of them, I recognize the names, the faces, because I taught them literally in class. Ibanda University had a system to offer service if you can and if you need, even when you are in other capacities. Allow me to congratulate these people wholeheartedly. You have achieved your certificates, diplomas, and degrees. Today, we send you to the world as our ambassadors, Ibanda University. We shall watch you closely and see what comes out in a short possible time. Be ethical, be professional and exemplary to the people who are looking up to you, who are looking up to Ibanda University. Do not plan to be mistakes in society, even when the worst comes. Be steady. We have instilled ethics to you, and keep to that. Be the light, be the candle that you can be. a candle that lights others loses nothing. It remains shining, and we beg you to do that. As I conclude my speech, I want my husband, whom I came with, to stand up and wave to you. He is a support. He is a man that has remained behind me, and I also thank you for listening to me, for giving this day a grace, and we continue to thank God for more blessings, and enjoy your day, the parents, the graduates in a very short time, and the council for the work that we have done for this institution, for God and my country.
Thank you. Thank you, hello. Thank you, our Dr. Nema. Na horawa wajangu ogume honka. Thank you, Doctor. We are going to have next speaker, Dr. Semambo, who has represented the Executive Director of Unche. If you come and say hello, just hello, not a speech. You are our regulators. Thank you, Dr. Semambo. Hussein. Just say hi to our graduates, so they know that the National Council is behind everything and is behind us. Okay?
Our dear guest speaker, Kino Kale Kihura, the Chancellor and Vice Chancellor, Ibanda University, the Council, the Board of Directors, our dear lecturers, professors, the parents of these graduates, and the graduates, our guests today. I'd like to thank the Almighty God for this wonderful day. I'm here representing the Executive Director, National Council for Higher Education, Professor Mary Okwakol. I send greetings from the National Council for Higher Education, the regulator of higher education in the country. My humble appeal to the graduates. This is the start. And Ibanda, as an accredited institution, that it has enhanced your academic career, and we pray for the best wherever you are going. We thank the brilliant lecturers who have imparted knowledge in these young ladies and men. And we hope that in a few months to come, as Professor Opolot was saying, we have only one condition. Prof, you know that. The moment we put things right, the sky is the limit. We hope to get the charter if we put whatever we want as in order. So I would like to end this by once again thanking you for organizing this wonderful ceremony. Omukuka, I'm happy to see you today, and allow me to take this opportunity once again to congratulate Geno. For me, he's my uncle. Some of you may not know that, but I call him a dad. We have some relationship, me and him. And I would like to thank you for meeting you after a long period of time. Thank you so much for this occasion, and graduates, congratulations for this achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Semambo. A hand clap for Dr. Semambo. Thank you very much. I have the honor to thank the outgoing Chairman, Board of Directors, Canon Jib Romshana. Thank you very much. And I would also, in a special manner, like to recognize Director Honorable Erika Sigire, who is the next Member of Parliament for Wampara County. And personally, I want to applaud General Kaihura. I want to thank you so much for the assessment you made, you and the then Brigadier Peter Erweru and the then Brigadier, it is the assessment in Somalia before the deployment of UPDF in 2007. You had made some very good assessment in Mogadishu. Thank you very much. Rarely nowadays the bombs have exploded in Mogadishu. So asante sana afande. For that matter, therefore, I have the honor to invite the Chairman, Board of Directors, to address the congregation, Dr. Businje.
The guest of honor today, the Chancellor, Ibanda University, the Vice Chancellor, Ibanda University, honorable members of Parliament present, the Vice Chancellors from sister and brother universities, the Governing Council, the Executive Director represented by Dr. Semambo, religious leaders, political leaders and cultural leaders. I'm happy to be with Omukuka, the King of Abamasaba. The guest speaker today, General Kale Keihura, the General. You are most welcome. The academic and non-academic staff of Ibanda University, the top management headed by Professor James Samson Oporoti, the graduates, the continuing students, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, before I proceed, allow me to invite the fellow directors to come and we give a speech. Wherever you are, please. I'm inviting the directors. This is the only time I can introduce you. Please come. Mr. Canon Jiburgomshana was here. He could have left. Let's have at least some bit of self-introduction.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Patrick Tuyamule Apai. I represent Dr. Patrick Vitature. He's right there, and I'm the Associate Director. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm by names of John Baptist, Director, Ibanda University.
I am called Atherese Erkasigire, one of the directors of this university. You are all most welcome. I am Sir Wilson, Director, Ibanda University.
We also have 9 executive directors. Is Dr. Nyakato here? Jibu Romshana is coming.
Good. Therefore, Dr. Musinje John is the one representing me on this occasion. But I'm so happy to be here, to witness the largest gathering ever in the eight graduation ceremonies. Thank you.
Thank you, Canon. A big clap. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Ibanda University, I'm deeply honored to welcome you all on this 8th graduation congregation of Ibanda University. I congratulate all those that are going to be conferred different degrees and awarded diplomas of Ibanda University. Today is the day of celebrations for all of us. We thank God for the gift of life and for the beautiful blessings to all of us assembled here today. We also thank the government of Uganda for supporting the university growth and development through National Council for Higher Education, which has been guiding us since our commencement in 2014. Through you, the guest of honor, I request on behalf of Ibanda University community that you convey our special thanks to the President and Commander-in-Chief of Uganda Armed Forces for his visionary leadership and allowed private universities to educate Ugandans and beyond. The guest of honor, graduates and ladies and gentlemen, join me in thanking the University Council led by Dr. Clemencia Murembe, the Chairperson Council for the University Management, led by Professor James Oporot, once again, for the wonderful works they are doing in providing good governance and leadership at Ibanda University that has led to today's celebrations as we graduate more than 3 students, both postgraduate and undergraduate students. Dear Chief Guest, I propose that we give the staff at Ibanda University a resounding applause for delivering on their obligations of teaching and research and innovations and services, hence the graduation ceremony that we are witnessing today. This milestone wouldn't be possible today without the extraordinary efforts of our dedicated faculty deans and staff. To each of every one of you to continue boiling brightly, enlightening the path for our eminent and future leaders, managers, and administrators in this country. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the community of Ibanda University, to the community of Ibanda District and Ibanda University, Ibanda Municipal Council, for unwavering support and hospitality since our inception. Your warmth and generosity have made us feel home ground, and we are proud to be part and parcel of these vibrant communities. Similarly, a thunderous clap goes to the directors, management, staff, and administration of Ibanda University. Your hospitality since our inception, warmth and generosity have also made us feel at home, and we are proud to be a family in this exciting community. We are honored to appreciate the communities of all regions in Uganda for supporting us. Among others, the communities of Rwampara, the communities of Iganga, the communities of the Iteso communities, all communities in Western, Eastern, and Northern Uganda, because we get students from all over the country. Also, big praise goes once again to the Omukuka, his ministers, and the Bagis community, particularly for the support and love of Ibanda University. On this momentous occasion at this 8th graduation ceremony of Ibanda University, my sincere heart springs with the pride and gratitude for the pioneer students of the Directorate of Graduate Studies and Training. The Directorate has successfully presented 103 students set to graduate today with the master's and postgraduate diplomas in various disciplines. They could be here. Congratulations. I request the pioneer graduates, therefore, from the Directorate of Graduate Studies and Training to stand up and join me as we clap for the Almighty God. Our parents, lecturers, and administration, and supervisors who have helped us to go through this journey. Congratulations. Honorable Chief Guest, ladies and gentlemen, Ibanda University is growing steadily in both student numbers, academics, and infrastructure. Today, we are graduating the highest numbers ever since 2017, when we had our first graduation of 300 students. They were seated in 3 tents. The rise in the numbers is a sign of academic growth and development for Ibanda University. We have gone ahead to introduce more faculties and courses from 4 faculties offering 4 undergraduate degrees and 5 diplomas in 2014 to over 30 undergraduate degrees, diplomas, plus 3 master's degrees and 5 postgraduate diplomas in today 2014. All of these courses and numbers of students require new infrastructure, and a matter of fact, we have improved the buildings on our library and the computer laboratories. The completion of, more especially, the signature building up, which is just it is just the beginning of the start. More buildings are yet to come. We shall continue creating more space by constructing more lecture rooms, computer and science laboratories for our beloved campus. Honorable Chief Guest, ladies and gentlemen, you students continue to make a difference nationally and internationally wherever they are employed. We hail our alumni for the hard work and excellence in their places of work. Continue being our good ambassadors. You are unstoppable. We must not forget to thank your parents and guardians and sponsors. You wouldn't be here today without the support of the parents, guardians, and relatives. Finally, ladies and a world where everybody thinks When you graduate, you must be employed by government or private practitioners. The scenario changed a long time ago. The world today is looking for young men and women, innovators and inventors who will be the job creators. I also encourage you to be disciplined citizens. Having education without a gift of discipline is a danger to society and a danger to yourself. Once again, the world is busy looking for young men and women who are humane. Today I'm asking you to be humble and royal. No matter how educated you are, humility is a mother, milk and honey, and greatness. Become royal to the people you are going to serve. Avoid being egocentric, but also hard to uphold the slogan of your university: hard work for excellence. I say all this for God and my country. Thank you for listening to me. Dr. John Businje.
Thank you, Chairman Dr. John Businje, for those wonderful words. As I invite the next speaker, I would like to recognize the presence of the following people. Honorable Martin Barije, ASP, Ibanda Municipality, you are welcome. Dr. Enos Katabarwa, from Katabarwa Memorial Primary School, thank you for coming. I saw Canon Impora, thank you for coming. Stand up and wave to people. Honorable Robert Mugabe, ASP, Chitagwenda constituency, he was here. Thank you for coming. The next speaker is Dr. Patrick Vitature, Chairman of Directors, Simba Group of Companies. You come and deliver your speech, and after that, you invite for us our guest of honor, Dr. Patrick Vitature. As he continues to come, I recognize the presence of Council Ambrose Arenitwe, our university lawyer. I saw him around. Thank you for coming. Solomon Okello, our friend from Kampala. I saw you around. Thank you.
Our chief guest, the PS Ministry of Gender, Women and Youth, and his lovely wife, the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, our guest speaker, the Mkuka, political leaders, religious leaders, distinguished guests, all of you in your respective capacities, allow me to take that old adage of protocol observed. The students, especially the graduates today, congratulations to all the graduates. I thank the parents, the relatives who have accompanied these graduates for this day. Today my message will be very brief. I would like first of all to thank all of you. Many thanks have been mentioned already. I will not repeat them, but I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. In a very special way, I thank the General Kaihura, for coming today. The last time he was here to support Ibanda as a community with community policing. And since then, General, I can assure you, we have had so much peace. The measures you took in Ibanda have helped restore peace and order in Ibanda. I used to be so embarrassed whenever anything was being mentioned about Ibanda, whether on the radio or the newspaper, it was something embarrassing. Someone had killed someone had raped someone. It was always something nasty. And I felt always embarrassed. But since that visit of yours, you have put so many community policing posts in place. The police work more closely with the community, and the community was sensitized to work closely with the police. So we enjoy peace. Thanks to you, and thanks, of course, to our President, His Excellency, President Museveni. Thank you very much. We thank the Mkuka in a very special way for the relationship that we have developed in the last few years. In this year, You could say by his presence coming here today, we have consummated a relationship with Mbale and the people of the Masaba region. We have many students coming from there. We have opened a campus there, and we intend to grow it much further. Let this bond of friendship grow in culture, in academia, and in business. Miles. Uganda is 93,000 square miles. It's relatively a small country. 93 the number we are talking about. So you, the graduates who are coming out today, take note today in particular of some statistics which I would like to share with you. To put things in perspective, a country like Rwanda is 10,000 square miles or thereabouts. A tenth of the size of Uganda. A country like Congo, the DRC, is 900. Sudan is about 600 and something square miles. And the northern part, the Sudan, the original, is also 700,000 square miles. Sudan was a very big country, over 1.4 million square miles. Bigger than India. India, a country of 1.2 million square miles with a population of 1.4 billion people. Yet when you drive in India, you go for vast chunks of land and the land is not filled. You'd think it's overpopulated because of that number. So Uganda is in a very unique position. Not because of its size, but because of the peace and stability we are enjoying today. Uganda is an oasis of peace. The last 40 years, and many of you are below 40 years, so you will not understand what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm trying to share these statistics to put in perspective what you are dealing with and what you have got. When they say Uganda is Zabu, Uganda is gold. South Sudan, the biggest country amongst the countries I've mentioned, has been fragmented. First, by breaking away South Sudan from Sudan. South Sudan has been fighting ever since they broke away as a young country. Sudan in the north is now broken completely. It's a failed state. DRC, huge as it is, has always had issues. That's why our UPDF brothers and sisters in uniform are always going to there. Operation Shuja and things like that. We hear about the rebel activity because it's a massive country but poorly governed. They have not been given a chance to have stable peace, the peace we have enjoyed here for the last almost 40 years. What am I saying? I'm saying whatever you do as the youth, you're all going out to look for jobs, to look for creation of opportunities, whether it's in farming, in business, in industry. You cannot have anything without peace and security. The scramble for Africa began in 1880, more than 100 years ago, and went on until the early 1900s. Some people call it the partitioning of Africa. Who asked them to partition our Africa? The partitioning of Africa, the fragmentation of Africa, this fragmentation has weakened us as a continent. Now we are trying to come together in small communities like the East African community. We began as 3 countries, now we are several countries. Hopefully Ethiopia will join, DRC, Somalia, all these countries want to join because we see the value of being united. And having of money today, of poor climate, whether global warming is affecting, your crops, we shall overcome all those things. But if you are divided, look at the people of Somalia, look at the people of Sudan. Sudan was way ahead of us. They have been divided. And divided by what? Ethnicity, religion, tribe, petty things. Uganda is now becoming more and more united. We are not fighting along tribal lines and religious lines. Many people, especially you, the youth, are worried that, oh, Mzee has been in here for too long. It's not about longevity. It's about peace and stability. Don't get confused with the two. We need to stay focused and hold on. A time will come. He will choose when to hand over. His time will come and he will pass over the mantle. But remember, this country is nothing without peace and stability. I said I'll keep my remarks short. I'll leave you with that pointed message. Think of it as a pregnant message, especially for the youth. It is no accident today that we have invited the PS of the Ministry of Youth to be with you today, to share a message. I was fortunate to have gone to a school in which he has also been, so we are alumni. And this gentleman is a very fine gentleman who is responsible for you, because when he was in the Ministry of Education, you were under his purview. Now he's in the Ministry of Youth, which means much as you are graduating, you are remaining a youth until maybe you are 40 years old. So you are still under his purview. He's also in charge of your pension. When you retire, he oversees the pension, NSSF fund. So he's going to look after you even in old age, and his policies, the things, the actions he makes today will have an impact on you. So inviting a man like this to Ibanda University to us was not by accident. We thought about who would be the most relevant person to bring to you today. You have had before at such a graduation the Prime Minister of the country, different ministers, but we chose a person who understands the issues of the youth, but also has got the wisdom because he has worked in several key places, especially the Ministry of Education and that of the Ministry of Youth. He has a big burden and he has got a message to share with you. Please listen to his message carefully and take it to heart. On those few notes, few words, I would like to say thank you very much, and I would like to invite our chief guest. Please welcome Agre Kebenge, the PS, the Ministry of Gender, as our chief guest tonight. Thank you very much. Can I have a round of applause for him as he comes to the stage? The DJ, where is the DJ? He's sleeping half the time also. DJ, we're going to deduct on that money we paid you. That's how I operate. Welcome, sir.
The Chancellor, Ibanda University, the Vice Chancellor, the Chairperson of the Board of Directors, all of you distinguished members of the Board, our very special guests at this occasion, General Kale Kaihura, His Royal Highness the Umkuka, my Lord the Bishop, all religious, political and civic leaders, parents, relatives, friends of the graduates, all of you distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I have been introduced. My name's Agre David Chibenge. I'm the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. And I'm truly honored and privileged to have been invited to preside over this 8th graduation ceremony for this prestigious institution, Ibanda University, founded in 2013 by a group of visionary people and fully registered by the National Council for Higher Education, which enables it to award undergraduate degrees, undergraduate diplomas, and certificates. In a very special way, I wish to thank my friend and OB, Dr. Patrick Bitature. We shared our early days as students of Namasagali College with Dr. Patrick Bitature. And I want to thank him for personally reaching out to me with an invitation which he made in good time, to the extent that whatever priorities that emerged thereafter, I was duty bound to rank my presence here today topmost on my undertakings and obligations. But I would like also to say this invitation was not misplaced, because as you've heard from Patrick, the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development is a ministry, they call it a people's ministry, because in our mandate, we take care of matters children, we take care of matters family, women and men, gender, labor, workers, issues, and we hope that the graduates today are going to graduate into being workers in their own right. The ministry also takes care of issues of vulnerable groups of people, the marginalized, issues of the older persons with disabilities, the cultural institutions. Its mandate is almost limitless as far as social development is concerned. So I think, and from the experience that Patrick has shared, that I had of over 15 years at the Ministry of Education and Sports, I think I'm qualified to be here to talk to you today. But I want to congratulate him also for sniffing me out to come and share with you my constituents, the young people, the parents. I called it sniffing me out because the nature of my work is such that you are oscillating from one end to another as you address those needs of office. But as I said, I was duty bound to come here. But I want to applaud you for your selflessness and the heart to give back. And of course, the incredible team with whom you've been working on this project. I'm saluting Patrick because the message that I'm going to give, and which has already been given here, is our motto in Namasagali was that you'll strive regardless. So regardless of the constraints that anybody faces in life, regardless of the challenges that you face as a human being, as a society, you should strive regardless. And Patrick here is a true embodiment of that motto of Namasagali. Because when I was with Patrick in Namasagali, he was an orphan. He was orphaned at a very early age. But Patrick has overcome all those challenges to get us to a point where all of us now are celebrating his giving back to society. So Patrick, I want to thank you for this project. Of course, that is next to appreciating God for the gift of life, for the endowments and talents He gave all of us, particularly you, the graduates. I wish to salute your parents for believing in you and sacrificing whatever they have to afford you an opportunity to acquire education, and as such, break all the potential as human beings. I think the General did mention something about this. Education has been severally or variously defined, but the common emphasis is on education being a process of building knowledge. Lest I forget, I was introduced as somebody who is a professional educationist. And I must salute one of my first professors, J. Romshana. You might not remember, but I was a student and a student leader when you were in Kakoba as a deputy to, I'm forgetting the name, the principal then or the director then in Kakoba, J. Romshana, was a deputy. And as a deputy, one of the people I think I admired in terms of administration was J. Romshana. And I'm happy to see you here today. But when they were teaching us, they told us that education, those days they used to say, is a process of imparting knowledge. But over time, we improved on that. It is no longer imparting knowledge. Education is about building knowledge, about developing knowledge. You are not empty slates that people come and write whatever they want on, and therefore they're imparting. They are building knowledge with you. So it's a process of building knowledge, of developing skills and attitudes that should lead to permanent and lifelong change in the individual. If we don't see permanent and lifelong change in you, all this effort is wasted. If the education you acquire is temporary and will serve you for only a few years, and after that you'll slip into hopelessness, you'll slip into frustration, that education is going to be questioned. So I'm starting from that point in addressing myself to what we are sending out today as graduates of a process, of a system. We should see application of the knowledge, of the experience, of the evidence that learners or students have been exposed to, which should capacitate you to transform your lives and that of those around you, using the abundant resources that God has provided to all of us. If Patrick here acquired education that he could not apply to transforming the lives of the 3,000 people we are graduating today, we would question his education. But to the extent that as a result of the education he acquired, however little, however much, he's able to transform lives of other people, that is a relevant education. That is quality education. So we are going to judge all of you using those very, or along those very parameters. UNESCO puts it even better by defining the outcomes of education as being 4. Learning to know. We expect that your journey has exposed you to knowledge. So you've learned to know, you've learned to search knowledge, you've learned to build on knowledge that you have acquired. But it also adds the element of learning to do. Your education should capacitate you to be a problem solver, as some people have said. You must be able to do. Otherwise, if you cannot do anything for yourself, for others, for society, they start questioning your education. The third outcome of education is learning to be. You are not going to live on an island. You are going to live in this world. And by learning to be, you should appreciate yourself. You should appreciate the potential you have, the talents you have, and deploy them responsibly and purposefully. So you must learn to be. Who are you? Do you first of all understand yourself and your purpose in life? If you have no purpose in life, all this is a waste. Finally, learning to live. Learning to live in this world, to coexist. Coexist with human beings, coexist with nature, coexist with the environment, and harness it to the advantage of humanity. I think the General did say something about it when he insisted that in our education, and particularly at this university, we should be talking about introducing political economy. Political economy takes us into these kind of realms. So, at the end of this long process, we will assess you, the graduates. We will assess your teachers from preschool level through primary and secondary school level, and now your lecturers at college and university, on the basis of whether you, the products of our system, exhibit those competencies. Not only one of them, not only knowledge, when you cannot do, not only being able to do, having the knowledge, when you cannot coexist with other people. General, I was taught the UNESCO Constitution says that if we want to promote peace in the world, we must build defenses of peace in the minds of men. Because war does not begin on the battlefields where it is fought. War begins in the minds of men. Once there is hatred, once there is intolerance in the minds of men, then the stage is set for war. So, if we want to achieve peace in the world, if we want to achieve sustainable development in this world, socio-economic transformation in our country that is sustainable and durable, it is the minds of these young people, it is the minds of the Ugandans that we must address ourselves to. Who are they? We are not lacking qualifications, ladies and gentlemen. We can celebrate your degrees, we can celebrate your diplomas, we can celebrate your certificates, but if what we are reaping from education is intolerance to ideas of others, then people are going to question our education. Down where I come from, even when I'm breaking with so many qualifications and titles, if I walk along the village path and I don't greet an elder that I meet along the road, the first question will be, what did these people learn at school? Yet you could be a professor, you could be holding a bachelor's or a master's, whatever qualifications you hold, but people are going to judge you by how you relate with other people. Do you even greet people around you? At the workplace, are you able to coexist with those you work with? That is the essence of education. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to look at what knowledge, what skills, what attitudes you live with. And by the way, I'm adding that the knowledge you live with doesn't have to be in the realm of rocket science. No, but ability to work on your own, to generate new knowledge and opportunities, to influence present and future efforts to better your own quality of life and that of others you interact with. If the world does not see any value addition from the educated, human nature is such that it abhors a vacuum. If the educated cannot live to the expectations of the people, they will fall back to the uneducated. Because the world is known of having done things in a trusted way, indigenous knowledge, as people say, which has solved societal challenges. So if you, the the key question is going to be asked. How relevant are our children in whom we are investing so much? A worst case scenario is where they question the knowledge you claim to possess, but which cannot be applied to solve the simplest challenges of sustaining livelihoods, starting with your own livelihoods, improving the quality of your own lives. It is not uncommon to see the educated surrender without a fight to fate. You find somebody educated, walking the streets, frustrated, and has surrendered. And that questions the essence of our education. You join these days what they call the working class, because the opportunities are also few, but even the creativity in you is equally low. I would rather, in Namasagali where I was with Patrick, we were taught boxing. Boxing was one of the things I enjoyed. Out of that corner, they will kill you in the corner. So when you see our educated being forced into a corner and they can't fight their way out of a corner, then frustration will step in. These, your parents and our ancestors, did much better than ourselves and managed and continue to carry the load of managing their families without having to spend all years and resources that we have spent to get you to this point. They never despaired. Look at your parents. They've never despaired for any single day. They've carried the load of finding the resources to provide for you, to keep you in school. They've refused to despair. And it is very disheartening if you found young people, graduates, out of a system where we have invested so much, despairing because of few opportunities they seem to see around them. Yet education is supposed to help us break barriers, find alternatives, as people say, thinking out of the box, rather than limiting yourself to the experience that you have been through. Our biggest challenge today is how to reap dividends from our youthful population in order that we have more creators, more entrepreneurs, than more hopeless and frustrated job seekers. That is our biggest challenge. Even when it is true that as a government, we should and have indeed come up with innumerable policies to promote increased production, productivity, and inclusive participation in the economy, glaringly big question marks remain over especially skills and attitudes mismatch that our graduates leave college and university with. You've heard of programs that government has put in place for youth empowerment, for empowering women, older persons, persons with disabilities. We are talking of parish development model, resources being put in every parish in this country, but that is seemingly not enough until we get our young people to rise to the occasion. In the words of one fallen academic professor, Senteza Kajubi, I listened to him one time while underpinning the context that informed the recommendations of the Education Policy Review of 1987 and the government white paper that followed. Professor Kajubi said, with over 40% of our children condemned never to step inside the classroom, a primary school completion rate of just between 32 to 36%, where we have limited access to post-primary, tertiary, and university education, we produce graduates who fail to easily fit into the world, which they have prepared themselves for so long. And they become frustrated. And he said, you cannot develop a country, you cannot build a country with frustrated people. So that was our challenge and is still our challenge. So the mindset, the caliber of graduates is something we must all address ourselves to. From the foregoing, and as I congratulate the university for the graduates we are commissioning today, I noticed from the numbers that a greater percentage of these graduates, 1,887, representing 59.7%, are female, while the male are 1,274, representing 40.3%. And I want to congratulate the university. I want to congratulate the parents for believing in government's call of education for the girl child. This is evidence that government policies aimed at promoting gender equality and ultimately women economic empowerment through equitable access to education are bearing fruit. I particularly congratulate the parents and the female graduates for believing and affording the girl child equal opportunity as their male siblings. Slowly but systematically, we will continue fighting regressive social norms that threaten to undermine our efforts. It has been argued that investing in girls and women, who are the majority going by our demographics as a country, is not only a human right, but makes economic sense. You cannot develop a country by discriminating against the majority. Who are the women? Who are the girls? Whose capacity, whose discipline and work ethic is undoubted. Ladies and gentlemen, but that is only part of the question. The bigger one is that of relevance and quality of our education. It is true that we need teachers, and I want to welcome the 2,694 who are graduating today under the Faculty of Education, but I'm also observing, which has also been said earlier, that critical graduates in the other fields of science and technology are relatively few. Compared, while we congratulate the Faculty of Education, my OB Reverend, we congratulate you for the big numbers you are giving us, but the challenge, I live with the university. The scientists as well. Out of the big number of teachers, Bachelor of Science Education has only 16. I was analyzing the statistics. Even when we have innovation, our work, little men, is cut out. We must deliberately increase the numbers in science for obvious reasons. Deliberate effort to increase those numbers if we are to produce and human capital to champion socio-economic transformation, technology-driven age. Somebody called Unknown one time said, if you are not in the digital space, you are in no space. So Professor, Chancellor, if we don't get into the digital space, we are in no space. We need the teachers, yes, but we must also increase on the number of teachers of science. But also, as we celebrate this yield or this harvest of 3,000, which is a very big number going by the trend since this university started, we also need to pay attention, and I think it was the chair of the University Council who mentioned something in that direction. We need to pay attention to our brand, to the brand called Ibanda University, to the reputation of this university. Because you are walking from this university into a space. The officer from the National Council for Higher Education, when I last left education, the numbers of universities were close to 50 or more. Now, you are graduating into a space where you are going to come from about 50 universities. As graduates of Ibanda University, what are you living with that is unique, that will make an employer say, if I'm selecting from 10 universities that are giving me graduates, I should start with those of Ibanda. When I was in education, Mukono University was competing with Makerere, for example, in terms of law graduates. And it was not uncommon to get people on interviewing panels look out for graduates of law of Mukono University, Christian University. So you start asking yourself, what is it that they were doing at Christian University Mukono that probably made them even better candidates than Makerere, which had a longer history of producing those kind of graduates. Now the question is going to come with the graduates of Ibanda University. What is your brand? What value addition or proposition are you making? We are looking for people to employ. What should make me look out for a graduate of Ibanda University and not one of Mary Stewart, and not one of Kampala University, and not one of Soroti University? What is the value proposition? So I'm leaving that too as a challenge, but also saying together we should work on a brand that is competitive for our university and for our graduates. In our human capital development efforts, we are guided by what the labor market demands. As we produce these people, we should keep an eye and we should keep researching on what the labor market demands. And 21st century, I'm an employer, I'm a chief executive as a permanent secretary. And I get officers who work under me, who come to me and say they hold masters in various fields. And you ask that person to write for you a letter, one pager, and the person carrying a master's degree cannot draft a letter, cannot prepare a concept paper or a note. So 21st century skills are demanding much more than we are giving in these universities. How employable are our people so that when they go out there, people start looking for them? But we can also take cue from our own president, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has been emphatic on 4 key sectors for socio-economic transformation. And he has simplified it and said, if you want jobs, he has said there are only 4 sectors. Commercial, agriculture. But I've told you the numbers we are handling here in the area of agriculture. But he's saying commercial agriculture is one. It will give us the jobs that we want. He has talked about manufacturing or industry. He has talked about ICT. He has talked about services. Because of time, I will not go into the statistics. But if you unpacked all these sectors, the jobs are in there. But how are we preparing our young people to take advantage of the sectors that require labor or skills? For it to be relevant and to create relevant products, education must deliberately align to this vision, which has been expounded further in our country's Vision 2040, the National Development Plan. We are now talking of a 10-fold strategy for accelerated growth. And as universities, you must align to this, so that over the next 10 years, we are producing human capital that will lead the transformation, the socio-economic transformation of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, again, I remember the words of some of the wise. One said, creativity and innovation is what should differentiate the educated from the uneducated. And I belabored that point. And one poet called Robert Frost reminds us to tread where no one has trodden. In his words, he says, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. We must take roads less trodden or less traveled by all. When everybody is moving in one direction, we must stop to think and take the road less trodden. I'm sure, Patrick, if you get time during your free time to talk to these students, your journey is exactly what Robert Frost is talking about. But as I commission these graduates who the Chancellor is going to confer various qualifications unto, Jesus' words, while commissioning the disciples, are instructive on an occasion like this one. I read Matthew 28:19-20 as my concluding message. It says, therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I'm with you always to the very end of the age. Those are words in the Bible. And I'm saying, I too, in the presence of these dignified guests at your graduation and your parents, commission you to go out and become disciples and agents of socio-economic transformation, creating opportunities for yourselves and for others, leading by example, and sharing the value of your educational journey. Through innovation, creativity, and persistence, you will earn yourself the right to sit with those that have achieved. And there are many here that you can sit with. So ladies and gentlemen, I congratulate you upon your achievement. I congratulate your parents. And together with you, I look forward to a new breed of graduates, a new army of young people with whom we will work to transform our country. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your kind attention.
Thank you, our guest of honor. A big applause of hand. Thank you for those wise words. Our graduates, you are lucky today that you have had several speakers, and all of them wise men and women. We are going to the last item, For the last item, I like to recognize the presence of Naboth Natmanya, Director Ihwa Newspaper. You are here, I saw you. Thank you for coming. Naboth Nwamanya, HM Kabukara Primary School, you are here, I saw you around. Where are you? Mr. Ober Mabwana, aspiring Mayor Ibanda Municipality. Thank you for coming. I've seen our DISO, Madam Joy. Thank you for coming to join us. And the Speaker of Rampara, thank you for coming. We are going to the next item, which will be the last one, then we confer degrees and whatever. I would like to ask my colleague to take over that. I've seen Mr. Kajina. Thank you for coming. Director, Apex International University. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Nabimanya Nathan, Regional Internal Security Officer, Eastern Korea Region. I saw him around. Oh, he's there. Thank you. This function has been a blessing to Ibanda. We have big people. Among Mary, Academic Registrar, Mbarara University. Thank you for coming. Mr. Nwabi Herbert, Assistant Registrar. Thank you for coming. Akampira Sara, Metropolitan International University, who has represented the VC. Thank you for coming. Kabare District LC5 Chairman, Nshangaba Sheiza Nelson, thank you for coming. Dr. Adolf Mbeine from Divine International University, thank you for coming. Please, Netanyahu, we have first class students. Hand that. After giving them the gifts, then the Chancellor.
For you. Umutende no mungaro basebo na banyabo the graduates ni mangu mwaruha. Kurujera bigambo byo mugenyi mukuru yagira ngo nuza kuzankoko nokore bintu mbagira ngo butogwa akashomera. Bwo munshirize nanye recognize ngo mushomesa wanje ataka koko akagira ati mwe no gukashomeseza ki Mr. Anthony Kagusha. Stand up for recognition. Mwebare mnonga. Obuna hizecho mukama abenanye. Naza kushoma abantu barahebwe ebirabo ahabwo ku achieving a first class in several faculties. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, last time we had the graduation ceremony at Alliance Vocational School, I told those who endeavored to listen that the purpose of education is to replace an empty mind with an open one. That is according to Malcolm Forbes, and Professor Samson James Plot can bear me witness that Malcolm Forbes was right as he is today, that indeed the purpose of education is to replace an empty mind with an open one. Today I have the honor to tell you, the graduates, that according to Henry Woodsworth, the great heights reached and kept by great men were not attained by a sudden flight, but they, while their comrades were asleep, were toiling upward in the night.
Thank you, Netanyahu.
Yes, sir.
Because of time, I would like to invite our lovely Chancellor, Professor Venasius Bariamureva to come and talk and address this congregation in your capacity as the Chancellor of Ibanda University. You are welcome, sir.
Everyone considered him coward of count.
In the interest of time, I'm going to observe protocol. But before I speak, I came with a director of the Institute of African Culture, Science and Technology from Uganda Technology and Management University, representing the university. Please stand up, Dr. Asma, the Merit Lecturer for recognition. The lead of the culture institutions, we've started one of the first institutions in the whole of Africa to handle issues of culture, our African science and African technology. So shall be working with you. I would like also to acknowledge the presence of General Kare Kihura and also of the guest of honor. In their respective capacities, I worked with them when I was Vice Chancellor at Mackay University, and they did a great job. So may God bless them even their current duties. My speech is not going to be long. I'm going to make it very brief because we need to move into the next session. But one of the things I want to leave with the graduates is the issue of mindset change. If you don't change your mindset, you can't succeed. In 1980, President Museveni was rejected as a presidential candidate. Ugandans never voted for him. In 1986, he became president. It's now 38 years and we are still counting. He's still winning through free and fair regional elections. So Ugandans have now been transformed, that actually you can have a leader who can lead for a long time. In the past, you used to have presidents of 3 months, 2 weeks, and so on, for shorter periods. The other thing, in 1986, when he was being sworn in as president, he promised a fundamental change. And you can see it in many sectors. When you look at socio-economic transformation, a lot has been done in this country. Even in 1986, we had one university, Mackay University. Everybody wanted to study from Mackay University. Everybody wanted to work in Kampala. But today, you have professors working across the country. You have people working across the country. I remember Uganda Revenue Authority had to first give an incentive for people to work outside Kampala, but now they don't. So that's also part of socio-economic transformation. Now to you graduates, you are lucky that you have not studied from schools around Kampala, in the towns. You are here in Ibanda, within the community. Because those who study from Kampala and other towns, they don't want to go back to the villages. They would rather do prostitution, they would rather stay there unemployed, you know. They don't want to come back to the villages. But for you, you have an advantage of, like, you've been in the community, you have no appetite of going to places like Kampala. So going to the communities, identify the challenges, identify the opportunities, and make money where you are transforming the communities. So I really want to thank you and to thank all those who have contributed to the success of Ibanda University. I've been here as Chancellor for the last 8 years. I've seen the numbers grow. Now we have over 3,000 graduates. So that's a positive transformation. And I want to urge you that just having a piece of paper as a degree is not enough. You need to put what you have learned into practice. So we are going to continue supporting you, but we want you also to be part of the change we want to see in our communities. So the graduates, as the Bible says, we need to be God-fearing, we need to be merciful, and we have to do everything through God who strengthens us. So I want to thank you and end my speech here because I want to make it long. so that we can proceed to the next session. I thank you very much.
Thank you, our Chancellor, for the wise words. We are going to the last item. There are a few gifts I want to award some members. Specifically, get me that list. There are gifts that we are going to give to students of first class and so on, but that one, the academic registrar will read their names after they have graduated, because we cannot give them a gift when they have not graduated. The academic registrar, when that time comes, after conferment of degrees and giving out certificates, you will handle that item. Now there is a small, quick item which I want to ask my fellow MC to thank Ibanda University. Thanks very much Board of Directors for the tremendous work they have done for the university, and the university is recognizing them. And I ask them, without wasting much time, to come forward for those gifts. And also some staff of Ibanda University will be called upon for the gifts, and council members, please come and take over this. Let us do it this very fast. Time is not on our side. Let's be very fast.
Okay, thank you so much. Because what again? Yemerera hariya bukazogo n'omweji kandi ngo abana bibona babura wakubasa kuba bine omuharamba mwita owomugisha Masi ajure ekiteteya kya bururu na n'omutabani aryamwijuka Emmanuel ayine t-shirt ya white na n'enkiito za white. Muyambo mukazogo abokwata akagambireho niba kumugambira ekirya so tokata hotini bana kandi wizobine mumuyambe. Halo katutandike n'ebirabo directors. Ishirabo cyo kubaza nkizo wa Canon Jib Romushana. Abara concerned with the birabo KMC ingira ngo hari impinduka zikwetaga gukorwa. Uba program jikwate mumbanze mwanjwara.
Bring the gifts this side, and guest of honor, the guest of honor, sir, you are invited here to present the gifts to the beneficiaries.
Mountain.
Thank you. Ekirabo ky'okubanza kyaza owa Canon Jib Rw'omusana. Mumuteerero mu ngalo bisheemwe.
Our board members come in front. The chief guest. Board members, please. Read their names.
The second gift goes to Mr. Atwereze Erika Sigire, the director, Ibanda University, and the next member of parliament, Rwampara County. Another gift goes to Dr. Patrick Bitature. The gift for another one goes to Mr. Mubangizi John Baptist. Then to Mr. Himbisa Wilson. And to Mr. Tuyamreva Patrick Pai. To the Vice Chancellor, Professor Samson James Opolot. Directors to Arugayo to Azar staff now. To our Vice Chancellor, Professor Samson James Opolot. To be followed by the one that goes to the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Peter Kanyandago. And to Mr. Christopher Banura, Pioneer. Those who are clapping must have defended their research successfully. And to Mr. Tuhirwe John Mwesgwa. To be followed by Mr. Zombire George. To Mr. Zombire George. And to the Chancellor, Professor Venantius Waryamureva. The members of the council start with Dr. Kerenesia Nema Murembe. Mr. Amon Mwijiche, next. To To Dr. John Businje.
Can we brag about to go door? Can we do it for the rest of the day?
Next to Professor Owange George Iraka.
You will need to know the man I speak so highly of. That man can change your life from zero to hero in no time. He can take you from the grass to your grace in no time.
To Mr. Atwereze Erika Sigeye once again.
Faithful as he says so, you will not see him changing. No. At your weakest, he is stronger. When you're blinded, he still sees all.
And to our beloved Reverend Mwebaze Sandra.
So can we brag about to go door? Can we do it for the rest of the
Reverend Sandra
Mwebaze.
We love and love and you. We love you.
So that is over. Thank you. I would like to recognize the presence of the team of PLU who are present here. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Our next item is inauguration or launch of the Faculty of Material Sciences and Biological Engineering. I'm calling upon Professor Wilde to come in front of the Chancellor, and I also like to invite Dr. Patrick Vitature to join the team as we inaugurate or launch the Faculty of Material Sciences and Biological Engineering. Professor Samson James Oprot, I'd like you to say something about this particular item.
With a fine-tooth comb, I was soft inside. There was something going on. You do something to me that I can't explain. Hold me closer and I feel no pain. Every beat of my heart, we got something going on. Tender love is blind, it requires a dedication. All this love we feel needs no conversation. We ride it together, making love with each other.
Tabantusha bangu abanyamakuru abine kamera enche murugo, we are still live on Sky TV. Iraka ry'abantu, please bear with us. Create room, we are still live on Sky TV. Iraka ry'abantu.
From one lover to another. I can't live without you if the love was gone. Everything is nothing if you got no one. And you just walking the night, slowly losing sight of the real thing.
Music down, please. Our chief guest, distinguished guest, I think this is a moment I wanted to say something briefly. I think we've been guided. None other than the chief guest himself, but I think severally. The general talked about it. Most of us know about it. We need to go science. Omkuk also mentioned science. His Excellency is always screaming science. Therefore, I want to say that the management board of Ibanda University are not sleeping. At this moment, as shortly as we can do this, we are now inaugurating our Faculty of Material Sciences and Biological Engineering. And with us is Dr. Antonio de Wilde, professor who has been with us for a journey. He has already presented his concept. We want to inaugurate a program that is going to be teaching varied programs under science, but also He's a well-known fabricator of machines that churn material waste into gold, as we call it. So we now want to say we are setting this journey off. He will say a few things about himself, but the Chancellor is going to give him the certificate, which makes him the first chair of that new faculty of Material Sciences and Biological Engineering of Ibanda University. So you can give us a clap for that.
Many of you would like to know what is on the certificate. This is a certificate of Ibanda University. It's a certificate of appointment. This is certified that Professor Dr. Anthony Dewede has been appointed as the inaugural chair of the Faculty of Material Sciences and Biological Engineering of Ibanda University in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the fields of material sciences and biological engineering, dated 6 December 2024, signed by the Chairperson, Board of Directors, and the Vice Chancellor.
You want to say something?
No. Okay. I'm handing over the instrument of power.
So you can smile to the camera as well.
Right. You need to come closer and make it so.
Congratulations. Yeah, so I'm sure the professor wants to say something brief, but he also has something to present to Dr. Bitature. So probably you say a word or two about yourself, and then you quickly continue to award what you are giving Dr. Bitature, and we call it.
Well, in the first place, I'd like to thank the Board of Directors and department councils to set up the new Department of Material Science and Bioengineering. And joking about my first inaugural lecture was, and I think Dr. Lima was talking about her concern about waste, and we are going to make gold out of waste. So maybe we should be the alchemy department. But especially I like to thank Dr. Patrick Bitature for his inspiration and his belief in me. We know each other already more than 12 years. We have met in the Netherlands, we have met in Indonesia. So, in that respect, I like to give a special yes. I like to give a special gift.
How do you do it?
This will be the first subject of material science, because this is a new technology where instead of class in lead. We combine the class with different colored glass, and that we will study, and we will produce more here, not only in Ibanda University, but also in the churches around the country.
Okay. Thank you very much. Congratulations. I think we are done with this. Congratulations, Dr. Bitature. This is the first product of our coming faculty, media. So thank you very much. So we are ready to go with biological engineering. God bless us.
Thank you. Thank you, Muterero Mungaro. Nindeba kire karyona n'iguru ryatandika kufyuminga konka munyikirize recognizing the academic registrars ahabwa campus ya Rwampara kapuchorwa Mbare hamwe na Iganga. We must welcome the academic registrars of those campuses.
Please, my co-MC, we are going direct now to the next item. I ask the academic registrar to come and take over this function, conferment of degrees, masters, bachelors, and because of the time, we are going to do it en masse. We are not going to read name by name. We are going to do it en masse. When they call those in the faculty, they know themselves. You just come here, they confer you en masse, and this should take us not more than 10 minutes.
All protocol observed. My name is Dr. Asimwe Enoch, Academic Registrar, Ibanda University. The guest of honor, I begin by introducing to you the faculties that we have at the university. One is the Directorate of Graduate Studies and Training. Two is the Faculty of Business and Management Studies. Three is the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. Three is the Faculty of Applied Sciences. And five is the Faculty of Education. The guest of honor, I'm here to present to you Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me to invite the Deans of Faculties and Directorate of Graduate Studies and Training to present to you the graduates who have successfully completed their programs for conferment of degrees of award and diplomas respectively. I begin by asking you to allow me to invite Professor Peter Kanyandago, Director of Graduate Studies and Training, to present the graduates for the conferment of master's degrees and diplomas, postgraduate diplomas.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the conferment of master's degree in business administration of Ibanda University. Bajrobwira Samuel.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I confer upon that person whose name has been read the degree of Master of Business Administration of Ibanda University. Hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the conferment of master's degree in public administration and management. Agaba Libat, Toka Manya Barnett, I am Suwe Justus, Ekith Florence, Mugwisaje Daniel, Muhirwe Penina, Muhumza Hilary, Sadiq Mwesije, Nyamwiza Scovia, Omoding Christopher.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I confer upon all those persons whose names have been read the degree of Master of Business Administration and Management of Ibanda University, hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the conferment of Akahanjirwomtwe Amos, Amperize Anthony, Arni Twelilian, Ashabahe Sophie, Atsasre Moses, Atuzuchire Ronald, Bamtura George Wilson, Biarhanga Naboth, Kawa Adolf, Kamagoba Anita, Kamjisha Bosco, Kamkama Branda, Katsigazi Ruvenal, Bambazi Agnes, Musinguzi Moses, na Manya Flavia, na Tujuka Abias, na Yevare Rebecca, Tukundane Julius, Tumuramie Deodato, Turamie Brazio, Turiasingura Vincent.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I confer upon all those persons whose names have been read the degree of Master of Educational Planning and Administration of Ibanda University, hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the conferment of master's degree in education, management and leadership of Ibanda University. Abeni Toriva, Behumbiza Silva, Kabahenda Miriam, Murungi Abgaba Agnes, Musasi Didas, Musingus Elliot, Tukamushima Patience, Tumwebaze M. Henry.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I confer upon all those persons whose names have been read the degree of Master of Education Management and Leadership of Ibanda University, hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of postgraduate diploma in business administration of Ibanda University. Asasra Jovan Christopher Banura Ryoka, Kasirie Sulaiman Muzamai, Mbabazi Sara na Kurinda Unias.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I award all those persons whose names have been read the postgraduate diploma in public administration and management of Ibanda University.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of postgraduate diploma in public administration and management of Ibanda University, Arganyira Francis, Asasra Robert, Atuhirwe Rachel, Ayebare Clenas, Buturumba James, Gumiseriza Venancio, Kamrasi Kenneth, Katunji Emmanuel Isoke, Mugumya Christopher, Mujunante Colonerio, na Abasa Deogracias, Nyakato Julian, Sayuni Emmanuel, Toka Manya Barnett, Tukahirwa Juliet, Tumwesije Prosper.
Can you first repeat the name of the program of the ones who have just left? Because the list here has the the name is not on the list. The ones who have just left. The ones you read out before are these ones. Position.
Oh, the name of the program
But
is Postgraduate Diploma in Public Administration and Management of Ibanda University.
these are also for the same program, because you also said postgraduate diploma in public administration and management. By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I confer upon all those persons whose names have been read. No, I award all those persons whose names have been read the postgraduate diploma in public administration and management of Ibanda University. Hard work for excellency for God and my country.
By the Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the foreign graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of postgraduate diploma in educational leadership and management of Ibanda University. Abeniwe Oliver, Ahimsiwe John Baptist, Ainomhanj Jacqueline, Atuhire Fred, Baluku Daniel, Barereraho Godfrey, Behakanra Elijah Marari, Brother Kundo N. Hillary, Fokshaba Stephen, Kamsana Juliet Mabel, Karunji Edith Mary, Katshabe Scovia, Kobjeni Pen Lope, Chomjisha Grace Emmanuel, Mbareba Emmanuel, Mugabe Richard, Mujuni Robert Mbeine, Msingus Eriot, Mwebe Mbezi Royben, Ngabirano Javila, Nakasi Burhani Sara, Nuwamanya Marshall, Nuwamanya Michael, Sister Babirge Josephine, Tahimba Ernerico, Tumsime Ruth, Tuinomujisha Joseph.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I award all those persons whose names have been read the postgraduate diploma in education leadership and management of Ibanda University. Hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of postgraduate diploma in education. Atuhire Sylvia, Binungisha Paul, Ndyabanjira Brazil, Tuhimbise Frank.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I award all those persons whose names have been read the postgraduate diploma in education of Ibanda University. Hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Thank you. Dear graduates and parents, we request you to stay in the tents until the program ends. The situation is not very good, however, be patient. So the bachelor's students or graduates, we are going to invite your deans. They read your courses, but stay in the tent, and when they are reading your course, you can stand up. The gentlemen, you remove the capes, and the ladies, you remain with the capes. Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me to invite the Dean Faculty of Business and Management Studies to present to you the graduates for the conferment of the bachelor's degrees. They read the first letter. Do the program, they stand up, and then they are
As they say, by the power of Ibanda University, hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Santifi Ibanda. Let's go.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, the Dean Faculty of Business and Management Studies present to you the graduates for the award of diplomas.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award.
The Diploma of Business Administration of Ibanda University, hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of Diploma in Information Technology of Ibanda University. These are
by the authority of the university entrusted to me, I award upon all those persons who have been presented the Diploma of Information Technology of Ibanda University.
The award of Diploma in Administrative and Secretarial Studies. These are 4 graduates.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I award all those persons who have been presented and Secretarial Studies of Ibanda University. Hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me to invite the Dean Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences to present to you graduates for their diplomas.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of a diploma in Humanities and Social Sciences of Ibanda University. 23.
Ranging to 12 million.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I award those persons who have been presented the Diploma in Humanities and what?
Bungoma and Kitale. But
beg your pardon,
colonial injustice,
Mr. Chancellor, sir,
were divided.
By the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of a diploma in Social Work and Social Administration of Ibanda University.
By the authority of Ibanda University, hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of a diploma in Public Administration and Management of Ibanda University.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I award all those persons who have been presented the Diploma in Public Administration and Management of Ibanda University. Hard work for excellency for God and my country.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of a diploma in mass communication of Ibanda University. These are 3. Asim Isaac.
By the authority of the university entrusted to me, I award all those persons who have been presented the diploma in mass communication of Ibanda University. Hard work for excellency for God and my country.
I was last year, Dr. Tatu, remember, when we...
Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me to invite the Dean Faculty of Applied Sciences to present to you the graduates for the award of diplomas.
And I ran around this hill, 21 kilometers. And I was coming from Bali, where we had also had another run.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, by the powers entrusted to me by the University Council, I have the honor to present to you the following graduates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of diploma in agriculture and rural innovation. 12 graduates.